Good evening, everyone. I hope you're well and I hope you're enjoying your day as well. Hasn't it been beautiful outside with all of that sunshine? It's very inspiring, isn't it? To do some more crafts and to get some more projects and to treat yourself as well. Now, we've got a brand new one-day special for you. A one-day special is a great item at a discounted price for 24 hours or whilst the stocks last. I say that tentatively because we have got an exclusive, well, it's exclusive to us at the moment. It's an incredible deal and we've got some beautiful dies so you can create at home gorgeous wreaths, beautiful cards, maybe some wall style designs as well so you can put them up in your homes. And it all comes to you from the beautiful, the fantastic Claina Palmer, who joins us right now here on the craft store. Good evening, Claina.
Good evening.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
I was saying earlier on, I love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Is it a new colour?
Yes, I had it done recently.
Well, it's very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. It suits you. And, of course, all ready and set for the autumn.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's what the one-day special is all about. Now, the details are on your screen at the moment. You've got you've got an £18 discount if you're a Freedom member. My word, that's fantastic. And we'll divide the cost over 2 months as well. So it makes it extraordinarily affordable today. Only £17.99 today and another payment in a month's time. You get all 32 dies. And these are a fabulous way of building and creating, and Claina is going to talk us through the designs. But before we do that, whilst you start checking out your baskets, if anyone hasn't seen you before, Claina, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and the company?
Yes, so my name's Claina Palmer and I've been crafting for, it must be, well, I got bitten by the paper craft bug, I should say, coming up 20 years ago, because I've tried, I'm like most people, I think. I've tried lots of different crafts since I was young, knitting and crochet and different, tried a bit of sewing and things like that, but nothing really took like paper crafting. Once I tried that, I absolutely loved it. So I've been doing that now for coming up 20 years. And then shortly after I started crafting, I started dabbling with designing myself. So I've been designing different craft products, you know, digital as well as physical. And I've designed for other companies as well. So you may even have some products in your stash that you didn't know were mine. And yeah, but now I'm doing it in my own name, which is lovely.
Oh, you know what? It really is. And the designs that you bring us as well, with a very, they have a lot of innovation to them. This particular set that will help you build and create some beautiful wreaths, you may notice on the dies themselves that you have a little circle at the bottom. Now, this is interesting and so helpful and could save you money by the fact that you don't need to use glue anymore.
Well, that's right. The way they work is that, well, it actually stemmed from, I, like many people, looked at other people's projects in awe and the way they did their floral arrangements. I thought they were amazing, but I didn't know where to start. So by adding an eyelet onto the end of the flowers and the foliage, it means that you can easily create floral arrangements. So you can do corners, you can do, like you say, you can build up to full wreaths, you can do garlands, which I did with my Christmas collection.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can, but of course you don't just have to use them that way.
No.
Because if you snip off the eyelets, then they are just like any other flower or foliage die that
Claina, you say like any other flower. These are absolutely gorgeous, and I've got a collection of the flowers to show you. These aren't just ordinary flowers. These are absolutely fabulous. Now let's start at the top. You know the names of these flowers, Claina, so let's go through these.
So I wanted to do some sunflowers, but I also wanted to see if there was some way that I could do them with like a daisy design. Yeah. So what I've done is I've done big ones and small ones, and I've given you different size centres. So what that means is you can, if you put the small centre in, like those at the top, the aster and the African daisy, you can create your daisy type flowers. If you add in the smaller petals, you create gerberas like those. And then you've got your traditional daisies. But then if you add in your big centres, you've then got your sunflowers.
Now, these are gorgeous, and if we come in closer, which we are now, can you see that design that you've got in there as well? So it makes it really interesting. They're not just dots that are in that particular design. There's an actual design to it. So maybe if you got some like gilding wax and went over that, that would highlight that detail.
One of the
and make it
my inspiration team did actually do that. But I looked at the pattern that the seeds actually make in the middle of a sunflower.
Yes.
And I mimicked that actual
Did you?
shape, yeah.
Wow, look, I think this is the card that you were talking about
Yeah,
with one of the design
that's the
team.
one.
Isn't that fabulous? And do you know what that looks like as well? Now with that gilding wax on there, it almost looks mechanical, like metal.
Yeah.
So this is going to go with your like your steampunk style designs of your cogs and your clockwork designs, because you can actually turn those sunflowers into some kind of metal style flower, which is just absolutely fantastic. Beautiful dies, whether you're creating wreaths, which are so popular, or maybe just adding them to a design to make that stand out. And again, these are going to work with all die cutting machines, pretty much all die cutting machines, I'd say.
Yeah, yeah.
Which is a brilliant way of using them. $35.97, saving £18 if you're a Freedom member, all 3 sets. Now, if you did want to go for that complete collection of your one-day special, so many people are going for it now. 10% has already gone, and we're 6 minutes in. 10% has already gone, and we're only 6 minutes in. It's a great set to get. It really, really is. And if you want to become a Freedom member today to make that £18 saving, it's a why not deal. It really is. Your Freedom membership is £7.97 a month. That gets you everything delivered to your house at no extra cost, so you don't pay any P&P, so you might as well become a Freedom member. £17.99 today, and another £17.99 in a month's time. I'm being told we're getting busier and busier and busier. 32 dies in total, all designed by Claina. If you're used to Claina's designs, you'll know just how precise and beautiful all of those die cuts will be when you cut them out. And I think it's fabulous to have the little hole at the bottom so you can braid them together. You could put some thread and twine through there to bring them together, or you could just quite easily snip it off and use it as it is. Right, whilst you check out your basket, and I do urge you to do that to make sure you get what you want, let's head over to Claina and have a first demonstration.
Okay, shall we make a wreath?
Shall we? Yeah, let's do it.
I always like to, you know, break myself in easy and...
Going straight for the wreath, yeah,
jump
I like that.
Straight in at the deep end. Okay, so why I'm saying that is I want to show you how easy it is, actually.
Okay.
It's not tricky. You may look at, like this wreath I've got here in front of me. This is one with the tropical set. Now, you might think, look at how many elements there are within that.
Yeah.
That whole wreath is held together with, let's have a look, I think that's a 10 little group one. So that's all held together with 10 brads.
Is it?
And then it's just got 10 glue dots on the back of each brad, one on the back of each. So there are dozens of elements in that wreath.
Okay.
So that's what I want to show you. This isn't tricky. This is easy, clean. If you're in the middle of it and the doorbell goes, you can just drop it and go, because there's nothing, you know, you're not waiting for glue to dry or anything like that. So like we said, the idea is that, well, I wanted to make flower and foliage creations that were reminiscent of what they're supposed to be, but you're not going to be sitting there for hours making them, you know, with tweezers and tiny little bits. I wanted it to be quite quick and simple, but yet still obvious what they were kind of supposed to be. So what I've done is I've picked out one of each of the foliage from each set, and then I've got some of my, I suppose these are daisy petals really, but obviously we're turning them into a sunflower.
So you've got your oak, your horse chestnut and your sycamore. Yeah,
that's right. And then I've got the bigger centre. Yeah, that's right. I've got the bigger centre, so that means it's going to be a sunflower. And then I've got my couple of what are they called? Acorns. Yeah. And then these are the little tops for the acorns.
Do you know what I like what you've done there? I don't know if that's even good English. what I like about what you've done there you go.
That's English.
Yeah, that's better, is to cut those dies out of those lovely coloured cardstock. So you don't have to ink them up, because you've got that beautiful detail in your designs, Claina. You could just get the colour of the cardstock to bring out the flowers.
That's a new bottle.
It's a very clever idea, isn't it?
Sorry, can you repeat that? I just had a bit of a glue, a glue issue.
What's nice, instead of inking up white paper to create the flowers, you've cut these out of coloured card.
Wow, yeah, but I will actually show you that I've done a combination of that through my different samples and demos. So sometimes if I want the colours to be brighter, I will actually cut it from white and then add some ink on top.
Right.
And then it kind of ends up brighter in some way. But then in this one, for instance, I'm taking yellow cardstock, but then I'm going to add some red to it to turn it into a red sunflower. Now that is easy as, because instead of starting off with a couple of white petals and then having to put red and yellow ink on them, I'm starting with the yellow cardstock. So then all I've got to do is add some red. And I had a look, and there are quite a few varieties. Well, I say quite a few, there's tons of varieties of sunflowers. Do you know you even get purple ones?
Yeah, you can, yeah. It's amazing, isn't it?
They're stunning. The red ones are amazing. So this is a particular one that I was looking at that's like red at the centre, and then it's got yellow tips. But some of them are like really deep maroon.
Yeah, I wonder if it's all to do with the soil that they're grown in, or the parts of the world. If you know, and you know anything about sunflowers, we'd love to know why you can get all these different colours.
Well, you can actually get the seeds. I was looking, I'm tempted to get some.
Oh, you should do, yeah. Do you know what I might do for next year as well? I wonder what the tallest sunflower ever grown. It must be really, really big. Yeah. We're getting very busy. Over 20% of the stock gone already, 11 minutes into the hour. This is the first time we've seen them. It's the first time you've seen them, and the first time that Claina's bought them here, which kind of is all the same thing, isn't it? You've got your sycamore, you've got your horse chestnut, and then you have got this fabulous oak as well. Now, what's beautiful about the design in all of them is you've got the leaf, so that's instantly recognisable if you know your trees, if you're into your nature, and then you've got your elements of the flowers as well. Now, may I ask, can we buy these individually? Right, $17.99 each. Maybe you want to go for the full set yourself, and you might want to buy another one for a friend. You might want to do that. So this gives you the idea to do that. But you can see you've got the lovely bee included in that particular design. You've got some other elements as well, which you can add to your wreaths that you're making, or you could be making cards. Here's some lovely examples on the back that you can see there. I mean, how colourful and beautiful is that? And we've got that lovely little ladybird that you can add. In fact,
I had a few little gaps.
Did you?
And I thought, what can I put in? Because I wasn't just thinking autumn, I was thinking kind of hedgerow. That's why we've got some like blackberries and rose hips and things like that in there.
Oh, that's lovely.
And then I had a couple of little gaps, and I thought, what would go? So yeah, I had a little bit of room for ladybird and...
Oh, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Isn't that lovely? And that kind of card you could send at any time of the year, but it's just for anybody that loves nature, Claina, for anybody that loves gardening, it's just fantastic. And it also brings a little bit of the outside inside, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think more people are decorating their homes for different seasons now.
Do you know what? You're right. You're right.
And look, we decorate for Christmas and we love it, don't we? So why not? Why not do it for autumn?
Now, the Harvest Festival, I think that's been and gone now, hasn't it? That's the end of August, or is that still to come? I thought the Harvest Festival was at the end of August, but we shall find out.
Yeah, I'm not actually sure.
I'm sure it's either the first week in September or the end of August. It's when we get all our crops in here in the UK. I mean, it might differ for different places, but you're quite right. People now start
I was singing the song while I was doing my demo.
I think, is it October, the Harvest Festival? No, it's a bit late, isn't it, for the Harvest Festival? I don't know. If you know, again, please, can you help Claina and myself with 1, sunflower colours, 2, when the Harvest Festival is? Do you think I'd know? I've got an allotment. Mind you, I've pretty much eaten everything from the allotment anyway, so I've got nothing going into the festival.
Okay, so what I've done, because I want them to kind of set aside and dry, I've just made a couple of rings and glued them together. And then this is the wall hanger that's in the Take a Stand set that's on the show.
Okay.
So I'm just popping that on.
Now you'll find that Take a Stand set, that will be on the website if you want to go for that.
So I'm just popping that on there. And that's really handy for hanging it up.
Yeah, definitely.
You could use one of my tag creators and put a hole in or add that, but I'll set that aside to dry. Okay, so I've coloured my sunflowers, and I want to add some dimension to my leaves. Use my tool. So all I do is I kind of shape them in different directions to add maximum kind of dimension.
Okay.
Because I want my wreath to have a bit of life to it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, obviously paper card is flat, but we want to give it a bit of life.
Yeah. And nature's different. Each and every leaf that you pick up will be different from the way it's fallen and aged.
Yeah. They do kind of go gnarly and crispy, don't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mind you, to be fair, I do as well with age. Especially after the summer, go a little bit gnarly.
Okay, so as we've already kind of discussed, we've got little eyelets on the bottom of our well, we've got holes in the middle of our flowers, but on the bottom of our foliage, we've got these little eyelets. Now, what we do is we use this piece, which looks like, I guess it looks like a dumbbell. And this is our connector.
Okay.
But it can be an extender. If you were doing a flower arrangement, you've got a couple of different sizes. If you wanted a flower to stick up higher than the rest if you were doing like a corner arrangement, and you wanted one to be slightly higher, you could, you know, add one of these in to make it taller. So it can be an extender as well. But this means that you can form your wreath. It's a clever little tool, just this one thing. And you'll see as I put it together. So now we've got everything ready. That's all our prep done. We've just done a little bit of colouring. I've glued my little caps on me acorns there. Okay, so now what we do is we start from the front. So we start with our smallest items, or what we want to be at the front, which is normally the smallest, so you can kind of see everything. And then we start with the smallest going back. So we start with the acorns, because we don't want anything covered up. We want to be able to see it all. And then our oak leaves.
Okay.
So we're just threading them on. Then the next is our sycamore leaf. Then it's our horse chestnut.
If we wanted to, Claina, if we didn't have a brad, could we use like a piece of paper that we've rolled up to make the same size that goes through all the holes and thread them onto that?
Yeah, I mean, you could use a piece of string. I find sometimes brads can be a bit tricky to find.
Yeah.
Paper fasteners are in all stationers, they're at supermarkets, and they're cheap.
Yeah, very good.
So, but the only thing is they're gold, but I always give you, if I can just show you here, you've always got some little circles in your kit. Those are your brad covers.
Great.
If you've got any old brads in your stash that are colours that you don't like, you don't use, you know, your blues, your purples, the ones that you don't necessarily use that much, cut your brad cover them up. No one will ever know.
Oh, great idea.
Okay, so I've still got my bundle here. Now the last thing that goes on is my connector. So I'm just going to put that on the back. And then I want it just peeking out because that's where my next bundle is going to go.
Okay.
So that's as difficult as that is. Right, I'm going to put the front on. Now this is the bigger front. Oh, I just had déjà vu then.
Did you?
Yeah.
Isn't it weird when that happens?
Yeah. So that's the bigger, well, brad cover, I guess. So that's what turns it from a daisy into a sunflower. Because I didn't want to do two dies that were so similar, you know?
Yeah.
So I thought if I can
And it's the inside that makes all the difference. With the sunflower, you've got that beautiful design that you can bring out by putting some gilding wax on. I've got a sample here that I'll show you again that makes it look beautiful, realistic flower. And then can I bring this sample in to show you? Look at that. And now it looks mechanical. It looks metal, doesn't it? I think it's absolutely fantastic. What a great design these are. And it's a fabulous price as well, because you can divide the cost over 2 months. You're saving £14, but as a Freedom member, you'll save even more. So you become a Freedom member today and you'll save £18, and then you can divide the cost into 2 monthly payments of £17.99. It truly is a magical, remarkable way to get this whole complete set just for £17.99 today. Then another payment in a month's time. Now, we do have another die set for you, but if you want to go for your one-day special, those were the details. The next die set that we've got for you is your bunny in a barrow, or your bucket and your barrow die set. You've got your bunny there. You've also got your pear. You've got your butterfly there as well. So something like this you can use at Easter time, you could use at Christmas, you could use it at any time of year, because if somebody likes gardening, then this is going to be the fabulous die set to go from. I'm just going to bring that sample in so you can see there. There's your barrow that you can use, of course, in conjunction with your one-day special as well, because you can pop a flower in there. In fact, you could have a wheelbarrow full of flowers, so you could use your one-day special in there as well. That'd be a good idea, Claina.
I've got a demo doing that.
Have you? A barrow full of flowers? Well, there you go. Great minds think alike. £19.99. 812295 is your item number. So we're going to have a demonstration with that a little later on. Fabulous die set that is too. You can see everything we've got for you on the show on the website. Here it is. So you can buy them individually if you want to. But I mean, one of the dies, £17.99. But if you take advantage of the one-day special and you're a Freedom member, for £17.99 today, you'll get all 3, and we'll send them out to you. And then another payment of £17.99 in a month's time. It's called a flexi basket. So it's a way of dividing the cost. Right, let's head back to Claina to carry on with that demonstration. We just wanted to mention that particular die set for you because we're getting busy for that as well, and I don't want anyone missing out. We will be demonstrating with that later on in the show. Right, Claina, how are you getting on?
Okay, so the next step is, because I've got all my 8 bundles done, and the next thing is to connect them. So all you do is you flip them over, you open up your brad.
Yeah.
And then you slip on the end of the connector that we put on the back. Remember, the very last thing we put on was the connector.
Yep.
So one by one now, we're just linking these together using those connectors. And the thing is, you've got lots of elements here. There's no glue, there's no mess, it's nice and clean. You know, if you're called away, it's okay.
Do you know what's great about this design as well? I'm just thinking as you're building it up there, if you wanted to take this apart and add anything else, change it for a different time of year, for example, you can do.
Yeah, I've done that before. If I think, oh, I think I'd like to add in, you know, a different element, or... Yeah, I've done that. It's... Because all we're going to do in a minute is we're going to pop some glue dots on the back, and even those will release off. You put a little bit of tension under them, and they do actually release.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can take your wreaths apart if you want to, and use the elements, you know, in other crafting. Or okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to twist everything around, make sure I'm happy with the way it looks, and then I'm going to try and get it into a circular design.
That would also look nice, I think, when we turn it over, on a table, centerpiece, or around an LED candle.
Yes.
Wouldn't that look lovely?
Yeah, and I was doing that with my Christmas ones actually, but this is the season for those kind of vanilla pumpkin kind of candles and that, but you can't use the real ones, obviously.
No. But do you know what? You can get scented LED. I bought a couple of candles the other day that were LED, battery operated, and they're made from real wax, and the wax is actually has a scent in it. I didn't know that until I got it home, and then yeah, I think
You
it just
just
smells
reminded
all
me.
the time.
I had some vanilla ones,
Yeah.
yeah, that were like that.
Or round a little jar of, is it potpourri or potpourri?
Potpourri.
Potpourri would be nice.
Yeah, it's a way of...
How about, Claina, adding some droplets of scent to the paper
yeah.
to give you that woodland feel? Some like pine, droplets of pine.
If you had some burning somewhere, like on a candle somewhere else, or one of those wax melts or something, someone
Yeah.
would think that they're smelling this, wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's true. And is this the covering for the brads?
Right, this is, just so I can put this circle on, this basically gives you a method to hang it.
Right.
And it adds a little bit of rigidity.
Got you.
Of course, if you don't want to put it on, you don't have to. But I do find it helps. Okay, so I'm just... And then... So I just want to poke in the glue dots.
And I guess the brads give you that manoeuvrability, so you can just, like you're positioning it in the circle, which is great.
Yes, yeah, I'm just following the circle. I mean, this possibly could have been a little bit smaller, but it's not too bad. We're covering up.
Yeah.
I don't like it when you can see the workings of something.
Yeah.
I like it so it's when it's all kind of like a bit mysterious. Like, how did you do that? But okay, so let's push down on these. Right, should we do the reveal?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's
It's
do
always
it.
You don't know quite what you're going to get till you flip it over.
Oh, wow. Oh, that looks gorgeous.
So everything does get a bit flattened when you're pushing down from the back. So then if you want to, you can take a little bit of time and zhuzh up the petals a little bit, or shape any of the bits that you'd like to.
Now, that would look gorgeous on the inside of your door, but how about, you know, if it's not inclement weather, you could put that on the outside of your door. You could even
Especially
put
if you've got like a porch or...
Yeah, you could put a number of your house in
the
middle.
middle.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That'd be
love that.
great.
Or you could put a ribbon across it and have the craft room.
Yes.
Yeah, or a name of someone, you know, maybe on the outside of their bedroom door, which would be really nice.
So this is a
Absolutely
slightly
gorgeous.
smaller version of the one that I did in the frame there.
Yes.
So that one, but I was dying to do these red sunflowers.
Now, this gives you scope to make as large a wreath as you want, really.
Yes.
It could be ginormous. I mean, the size of the flowers will always be the same, but the actual
This has
size of the
got
wreath.
Eight little bundles to make
Yeah.
this, but I'm going to do one later on that's got 13.
Oh, excellent. 13. Unlucky for some, but not for us.
Yeah, but it's got a Halloween tilt to it, that one.
Oh, is that going to be on this show?
It's probably be on the next one.
Okay. I only double check because it's that time of year, everyone, when those creepy crawlies that I don't like. No, you're not going to put one of those. Okay, we're okay. You can tune back in at 8 o'clock to see that. I can calm down. I've already had one scare today. Yes, it was in the other studio, a real one, and it went under the counter, which made it even worse because I didn't know which side it was going to come out. But luckily, Maddie was in the studio, and she dealt with it, our floor manager. But yeah, it was touch and go for a while. Touch and go as to whether I was just going to leave the building and drive home, because that's what I'd probably do. Now, I'm not going to go anywhere because this is a superb collection. Great demonstrations coming up in the show as well. This is your one-day special, everyone. It's brand new from Claina Palmer. It's your blooming and some autumn dyes. Blooming and some.
Blooming and some.
See, I can't say it like you. I don't know why I went all like that then. You say it so well. I went all cockney, but no. Don't want to offend anybody with that. I went all, I went all My Fair Lady. My Fair Lady. Blooming handsome autumn dye collection here for you, Governor. Get yours now. £17.99, saving £18. Great freedom price. Now, if you want to become a freedom member, you can do. It's just 888 in your basket. And in fact, here's our lovely Leonie to tell you some more about it.
Have you heard of freedom? Did you know that as a freedom member, you could be making savings on every order you place? For just £7.97 a month, you will benefit from selected Freedom member discounts and complimentary standard delivery on every order you place. You will also receive our exclusive Freedom Members badge, giveaways and crafty updates. If you shop with a craft store more than twice a month, then Freedom is for you. Don't forget, your Freedom membership is flexible, so you can pause if you're going away, or you can cancel at any time you decide. So what are you waiting for? Give us a call or go to our website, quoting the item number 88888 and join Freedom today.
Oh, there's the lovely Leonie. She's coming up today. She's the cat's mother. Leonie is coming up today at 7 o'clock tonight. Right, this is all about your one-day special. £35.97 with that £18 saving as a Freedom member. Leonie just telling you there how to become a Freedom member and take advantage of that great saving. Your Freedom membership will start today. Your saving will start today as well. Let's have a look at some of the samples. Now, this one is by Claina. I just picked this one up. And I said, oh, I like this one. It's gorgeous. And Claina said, oh, thank you very much. It's one of mine. Do you know what? It could be one of yours as well. When you have a look at the detail that's on here in the leaves, beautifully coloured, by the way, Claina, beautifully coloured. But you can see here on the actual dies themselves, you've got the veins of the leaves. Can you see that? And they're actually embossed onto the dies, which again, that's what's going to give you all of that fantastic detail when you are die cutting, placing them on your designs, and then just coming up with different ways of displaying those gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. One payment of £17.99 will get you all 3 sets of dies directly to you. Then another payment in a month's time. There are 32 dies in total, and they are from your sycamore tree, your horse chestnut and your oak. Very, very realistic as well. Let me pick up the flowers to show you these again. These are absolutely fantastic. So it's not just the sunflowers that you can get here. We can also make and create fantasy flowers, but also other daisies and flowers that are in your garden. You could use coloured cardstock to build up your flowers and then add a little bit of ink, or you could start with your white cardstock and then maybe add some inks, maybe add some colours to that to make them look absolutely superb. Now the sunflower, if we have a look in the centre of the sunflower, you can see there that fabulous detail. That in itself is a work of art, and that in itself would be a great addition to your projects. It doesn't have to be the centre of a sunflower. You could use that, for example, I'm going to show you this sample again because I think it's brilliant. Using some gilding wax in the middle or some form of ink or cream style. Look at that. If you take that away from the petals, that could be its own design. We've got some beautiful, beautiful finished samples here that have been made and created by Claina and the design team. And these give you ideas, don't they? I mean, look at that. Imagine somebody opening that and then they just lift it up. How gorgeous is that? How absolutely stunningly beautiful. And you can see there again with that gloss on the design. See that, just how it captures the light with the sunflower. Again, it's the attention to detail that you're getting with this particular kit. Not just for cards though, maybe, yeah, it is the Harvest Festival, you've made some jam and it's going into a competition, or maybe you're just selling it online, or maybe it's your local store. How lovely is that? Doesn't that make it stand out from the other jams that are on the shelf? Love that. £35.97, but of course you can divide the cost into 2 for your one-day special. Let's head back to Claina for another demo. What are we going to have a look at now?
I wanted to show you how you can make an arrangement with just one brad.
Okay.
Okay, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be, I want to decorate the top of this box.
Okay.
And I want it to be simple for you, so it doesn't have to be full-on wreaths every time. But
Yep.
if you wanted to jazz something up, you've got a little gift for somebody. What I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the daisies from this collection with some of the foliage from the first collection. So I've got some of the wild rose leaves and then I've got some of the ferns.
Okay.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of shape into my Now the backwards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make like a gerbera. So that's got the bigger ones and the smaller ones. But they're not, the back ones aren't overly cupped or anything. So I just, but I feel like I want to add a little bit of something to them.
See, this is really easy to do when you have one of those ball tools, and it does look. It's like it's flickering on your TV, but when you take that around, it's a little bit like stop motion.
Yeah.
You know, like what was it? They had all the pictures in the round circle, and as it went round, it showed you a moving image.
Oh, yeah, they had that at the beginning of one of those programs, didn't they?
Yes, they did. I can't remember what it's called. There's a name for it. It was one of the early sort of like movie styles where pictures turned into moving images. Probably called moving pictures or something.
Right. No, don't blink or you might miss it.
Eyes are open, wide open.
So this is how quick it is to, you know, I'm just being silly really, but this is how easy it is. So I'm putting on my smaller petals first. And what I've done is I've got 4 of each. Actually, tell a lie, looks like I've got 5 of the back row. Because gerberas have got quite a lot of layers. Okay, so that's my flower done. Then I've got a couple of the leaves from the Wild Rose collection.
They're like asters as well. Gerberas and asters are very similar. They're all coming out at the moment. They are in my garden. And that's what this reminds me of.
What I've done, I've kind of alternated the cardstock I'm using so they kind of stand out. And then I'm going to put on a couple of ferns. And because my box is a hexagon, I thought 3 would be a good number.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, those ferns are beautiful, aren't they? I just love the fact we don't have to use glue, because when we're building up the designs, we want to layer them, and that means you've got lots of glue to layer it up. And also, some glue gets you that movement, and it might move around, so your design at the end isn't quite how you wanted it to be, where this centres it and keeps it still in this particular way, doesn't it, Claina?
Yeah, it's like having a helping hand.
Yes, yeah, true.
Okay, so it's as simple as that. So if you want to jazz up a little box you've got,
oh, that's
there you have
lovely.
it. That's one glue dot.
That is really, really nice. That is beautiful. And of course, you can use that to decorate clothing. If you're going to a special do, or maybe in a hat or a bonnet or something like that, would look absolutely gorgeous. How easy was that to do? My goodness, very, very easy.
I've cut some of the, I actually cut them all from this kit out of Foamer, but I was trying to do a wreath with it, but it was a little bit soft, a little bit too thin.
Yes.
But I don't know what it'd be like out of felt or something like that.
Yeah, if you've got a die cutting machine that'll accommodate that and the dies will go through, you could always give that a go at home. Your one-day special, getting busy for this now. You've got your sycamore, your horse chestnut and your oak. So in there you've got your leaves, you've got some acorns in there as well. You've got your flower petals, so you can create all of those different style flowers. The leaves and all of the detail in there is just exceptional. It really, really is. So you've got the embossing detail in your leaves as well as the detail in the centre of the flowers, and then you can create fantasy style flowers. It doesn't have to be a particular design if you don't want it to be, and you can also play around with the centres as well. Here's a really nice card, and that's got some beads in the centre, so that's a really nice idea, which is lovely. And this one as well, just making it look very vibrant there with your flowers. Saving £18 as a Freedom member, and you can divide the cost into 2 payments. It's a great deal. And this is the first time we're seeing these because they're being launched right here on the craft store. 385128. Right, the bucket and the barrow. Love this die set because you can add so much more to this. These are your staples. If you love gardening, or if you want to make a card for somebody that likes gardening, this is going to be absolutely perfect. Now, you've got your bunny in the basket there. That could emulate Easter to you. You could use them separately with the basket, for example. You could cut off the handles. So you've got the bottom base of the basket to work with. Here's your little bunny rabbit just here on this particular one, so it can mix and match with other die sets that you've got in your collection. And there is your barrow, so plenty of room in there for your pumpkins and also plenty of room in there for your flowers if you want to put them in there. £19.99, 812295 is your item number to go for that die set. 12 dies in total. You've also got your little eggs in there as well. There you go, 2 little eggs, which are brilliant. So again, you can fill your basket with your eggs. Now, we've got some exotic flowers for you next. You've got your bird of paradise, your lobster claw, and your banana leaf. Oh, these are good. All the samples. Now, first of all, I'm going to put a lei on. So, live on air. Oh, I need to watch my mic. There you go. It's like I've just landed on the big island of Hawaii, and I'm all ready to go out for a party. Isn't this fabulous? Absolutely love these. I'm going to leave this on now. But here you go. Here is this gorgeous, gorgeous flower. That's a passion flower, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a passion flower. I've got those growing in my garden. Now, the passion flower is coming up, but you can see you've got your other leaf elements in there. And look at that beautiful coloured design. Isn't that fabulous? Who made that?
Oh, that's Hannah.
Oh, Hannah, you've done a great job. Isn't that gorgeous? And look at the way that protrudes from the card. £14.99. A great set of dies there. So you've got your birds of paradise, your lobster claw, and your banana leaf. So that's your Ansem dies and your bird of paradise, lobster claw, and banana leaf. 9 dies in total. Right, moving on. You've got your passion flower. You've got your leaf and, sorry, your passion flower and leaf and your fan palm. Your exotic flowers, your exotic collection. So again, you've got your passion flower on there, which looks absolutely gorgeous. These cut out beautifully from your cardstock. Again, if you get the right coloured cardstock, it looks superb. It's very, am I on that one? So we're on this. Am I holding up the wrong sample? I'm on the right one. Okay, we're just gonna change the design for you. There you go. That's why I was getting confused, because I was looking at the screen and seeing something else. Beg your pardon. Never promised you a rose garden, but I promised you plenty of exotic flowers. So this is your hibiscus, your flamingo flower, and your Swiss cheese. What is your Swiss?
Apparently that's what it's called.
Is it called a Swiss cheese leaf?
Swiss cheese plant, yeah.
Oh, there you go. I just made up the cheese afterwards. I thought I was being clever.
Have kind of got holes in, like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, it is. I just read Swiss. I didn't realise we couldn't fit cheese onto that particular part of the screen. And I was just trying to be clever by saying Swiss cheese, but it actually is a Swiss cheese leaf. There you go. Blooming Ansem, that's what that is, I tell you. 123604 is your item number. It's only £14.99. It's a great die set to have. Now, the final one in the exotic collection is this one. And again, you've got some wonderful designs. Your passion flower, your leaf and your palm. So the passion flower that I've been showing you all the way along comes in this particular set right here. And the passion flowers are beautiful. Actually, if you get all 3 of them together, that would be a marvellous collection. Something different, isn't it? 236477 is your item number. Only £14.99. I do like this lei. It's really nice. I might take it. Claina might not notice I take this out of the studio.
Nope.
Oh, she says no. Right, next up, we've got another lovely, beautiful floral collection for you here. And you do get all 3, so let's just lift that up so you can see that. So it's the same technique that Claina has been using to bring all of those elements together with that brad, or another way of connecting them. You could mix and match all of them if you wanted to go for. But this one is your wild rose, your gypsophilia, and then you've got your honeysuckle and fern. I can't speak today, sorry. And then your final one, you've got your gladioli and your eucalyptus. fabulous set. Oh my goodness, this is a great deal. 36 dies in total, £20.99 today, and another £20.99 in a month's time. Now this is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, what a wonderful way to put those florals together, to build that design. And again, you could use coloured cardstock, you could use coloured cardstock and then add ink if you want to. But just beautiful, simple and elegant, and will always give you that great design element in there, because you've got the embossing detail as well as the precision that's cut out there. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, I like that. That is absolutely gorgeous. Handmade with love. There you go. Isn't that beautiful? And then another couple of samples to show you, to give you some idea and inspiration. Hello, you. 782344 is your item number. We've got one more to look at for you. Now, we need somewhere to put all those flowers, don't we? We need somewhere to start growing those flowers. So that's exactly what we've got here. With your tools, with your glove, you've also got your jugs in there, your flower pots, you've got your love heart in there as well. And lots of different ways of using these in your projects, in your design. I do like that love heart there. Let me show you this great design. Now this is really interesting because the pot just here, really like this. We've got a little bit of paste on there, a distressed look, to make that terracotta look like it's distressed in a good way, £19.99, 14 dies in total, 390543 is your item number. Now, if you become a Freedom member today, to get your one-day special with an £18 saving, you won't be paying any P&P on this or anything else that we've got available on the show or on the website. Let's have a look at the website. This is where you can go to see all the different sets and elements we've got available for you. You can buy them individually if you want to. The best way to buy the one-day special, of course, is in that collection. But if you see one that you might want to buy or gift to someone else, it's a great way to do that. And now you're a Freedom member. If you are, you're not paying any P&P, so it's a great way to buy from us. With Flexi-Buy as well, any basket that's over £60, you can divide into 2 payments. We've got your bunting on there, you've got your doily on there as well, you've got your take a stand die that's on there, so lots and lots to go for. We've also got your essential stamp set, 31 stamps in that particular collection for £10.99. Right, it's great to have your company. This is your one-day special, brand new one-day special, launched at 6 o'clock with Claina Palmer. Let's head back for another demonstration, Claina.
Okay. So what I'm going to do with this one is I had a kind of idea, so we're going to see if we can make what I've kind of got in my head.
Okay.
So what my idea is I want kind of a semicircle. Because you know how when you put the brad on, obviously you kind of dial in your design. It can be all the way around, like I did on the top of that box there. Yeah. Or it could just be a corner. This where I want it to be kind of halfway. I want it to be like a semicircle. Okay. That's my idea. So I want the sentiment to go across the bottom, and so that's what we're going to do. I want to show you the mushrooms. With the acorns, you've got little caps for them, but with the mushrooms what I did is I put some embossed detailing them, and there's a line there which you can trim across if you want to make your mushroom cap a different colour. And I thought for this one that would be quite nice. So I cut the second one out of some little shimmery kind of pearl card. And I thought it would be nice if the light were to catch that. Okay, so I've done a couple of those already.
I'm just thinking...
I'll let that one dry, actually. The others are
with the hole that you've got at the bottom of your dies. Yeah. You know, if you've got a journal, a ring-binding journal, you can actually place them onto the rings in certain pages of your journal, which would be a nice little sort of accent or addition. Yeah. It'd be a good idea. Yeah. Okay, so I haven't got a flower or anything in the middle to cover my brad. Okay. But what I want to do is, have you seen the white pumpkins? I think they call them ghost pumpkins. No, do you know what? I haven't. Yeah, they come in different colours. Down the road from where I live, they... a ghost pumpkin? I think that's what they call it. Wow. But you definitely can get white. They're kind of creamy white, I guess. Yeah. But you can get white pumpkins.
And I really wanted to do a card because you know how you have different, you have celebrations all time of year. But just because it's autumn, if you wanted to send a card to someone around that time of year, you may not necessarily want it to be overly autumnal.
No.
So I was thinking, oh, maybe we could do something.
With the pumpkins.
So, yeah. And I had the like white pumpkins in mind. I just think they look really cool.
I'll have to look out for them. I've not heard of a ghost pumpkin.
Then, you know how you get pumpkins in all different shapes and sizes?
Yes.
And you get some, I think they call them like gourds, don't they? When they're
Yes.
kind of like, well, I thought my pear looked a bit like one.
You what looks like one?
My pear.
Oh, I thought you said... No, I won't say what I thought you said. I thought you said...
I'm going to
I
snip.
thought you said your parent looks like... Sorry.
I'm just going to snip the leaf off. Might trim it down a bit too. Make it look less pear-like. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's working or not. Okay, and then I'm just thinking maybe I should colour the stems in. You've got embossing detail on these as well.
And you can bring out the embossing detail with something like a pen or ink or gilding wax or anything like that.
Yeah, so you've got a little section where the stem goes down. So if you do want to colour that in, you can. Now the pear won't have that, so I'm just going to kind of imagine what it would look like.
Okay.
This is probably a bit of a dark pen. A lighter one would probably be better. Okay. And I just want to make, I just want to stagger these and make a little kind of, you know, like focal image, like a little front element, like a brad cover. So I'm just going to stagger those, and then I will set that aside to dry a second while I put my little arrangement together. Okay, so we do the same as we always do. Put the smallest one on first and work our way backwards to the largest elements.
Okay.
So I've got a mushroom here, then I've got some rose hips.
Okay. And again, this is how easy it is to start placing them all together and building up the designs. How about this, Claina? Could you, I don't know what this would look like or why you'd want to do it, but I'm just thinking out loud, which sometimes I shouldn't do. How about if you put one on and then you put like a piece of paper to what's the word I'm looking for? To have gaps in between so that they stand out a bit more, make them more 3D. Do you know what I mean by that?
To make them more dimensional?
Yes.
Yeah, the only thing that would stop you from doing that is how deep the legs of your brad are.
Right.
But if you go for paper fasteners, they're a heck of a lot
Yeah,
deeper
you said that earlier.
Than brads.
Yeah.
I've actually got some at home that are nearly 2 inches long, the legs on the brads.
So yeah, so in that
fasteners.
case, you could really bring it out the paper because you'd have one element, then you would have, it's not a gap, what's the word I'm looking for? Not a step, not a gap, not a, oh, I don't know.
Are you thinking of like using it a bit like a foam pad, like a a washer?
Yes, yeah, like a washer, and then you have another one, and then it just makes it all stand up. I can't think of the word.
So what I'm doing is as I'm putting these onto my brad, because while you've got it in your hand, you kind of just dial in your design then once everything's on. As long as you put in the smallest ones at the front, working to the largest, you can play around, dial the design in, and then when you're happy with how it's looking, you just tighten the brad up. But then if you don't like it, you undo your brad and play with it again.
See, I like that. I like the fact that you've got the brad there, and then you're moving it around just to make those finishing touches. You couldn't do that if you'd have glued them all together, could you?
Absolutely not. That is where these differ.
Yeah.
Now, my brad isn't fully closed. I've closed it, you
Yeah.
know. It's not like tight because I just want to kind of try and get this straight line for where my sentiment goes under.
How about
Okay, so I
using
think
like the
that's-
acorns as the hands of a clock?
Yeah, that would actually work really well.
And you could have like the seasons going around for the numbers. And you could move the hands of the clock for the different
So
seasons.
I'm happy with that. So what I did was I just tightened it up. I pushed it down into my desk. That's all I
Yeah.
do. It's kind of on your hands. So again, it's just one glue dot holding all of that together, one brad. Okay.
Oh, that is
So
lovely.
I'm popping that on there. Now I want my...
And these are your ghost pumpkins.
I think that's what they're
Yeah.
called. I mean, you can definitely get white ones. But
I'm going to look that up. I think that's brilliant.
I think that's what they're called. Okay. So I'm going to pop that on there. And then I just want to pop in a couple of my mushrooms. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue on these just to tuck them in because they're kind of at the wrong angle for them to have been on the brad.
We've got
Oh.
1 minute left of demo time, Claina, but we are back with, well, you're back at 8 o'clock tonight with Richard.
Right, okay, let me put the sentiment on then. And then we can see what it'll look like, and I can put the other bits on in between. There we are.
Oh, look at that. That is lovely. I love the colours. Who would have thought of putting those colours, those really nice neutral colours, but bringing that out in that design? And look at the mushroom. You can see the cap on the mushroom. You've got the detail in the leaves as well. That's absolutely fantastic. I love that.
I wanted to make it an anytime card. You know, it could be
Yeah.
any celebration, but
Yeah.
for this kind of season.
Yeah, most
So it
definitely.
could be a birthday card or a, you know,
Yeah.
anything really.
Somebody moving house would be lovely to make
Oh,
a card
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Really, really would, especially at this time of year with your sycamore, your horse chestnut and your oak. You've got the leaves in there and the other elements as well. This is your one-day special. We always launch a one-day special at 6 o'clock here on the Craft Store. And it's a 24-hour deal. Yes, it is. And we have live shows at 8 p.m. tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. and 4 p.m. There you go. And that's when Claina will be here during the live shows doing her fabulous demonstrations. Thank you, Claina.
Thank you.
What a wonderful design. Congratulations on this design and congratulations everyone that's got it into your basket. You'll still be able to shop in between the hours, but stay where you are because we've got more shows coming up here for you on the Craft Store.